Good morning, guys. This is Otto, aka Outsider Genie. I've decided to make this video to you because I've had a lot of people asking me what's going on, why am I not tipping. So let me start by saying that I've put in the past hours and hours of studying into um, analyzing form. And before I go on, I just want to mention I don't see myself as a tipster. I see myself as a form analyzer. I am turning 60 this year. I've been studying computer form since I was 13 years old. In those days, you could ask me anything about the horse, the breeding, the trainer, the jockey. I mean, I'm talking about those days of McCaskill riding and Gene Barnard and even then Albert Ferraris was there and all of those old guys. I could mention, you could ask me Benny Little, the jockeys. You can ask me anything about them. Michael Cavey, Martin Schoeman. I mean, I used to know each and every horse, the jockey, the trainer. I knew everything. I spent more time studying computer form than I ever spent on my school time studying for tests. I just scraped through, but for me, it didn't matter because for me, the horses was the thing. I'm talking now 73. I went to the races with my father when I was like uh, 14 years old. We went to Gosford Park and Newmarket and Terfontein. I've got so many memories about that. I can't start even talking about that, and it was good times. So there I already started studying a computer form. So over the years, I've always used the computer form. Yes, it has changed, but I kept abreast of the changes, and I still believe today, if you want to be able to make money, you need to use the computer form. All right, so to come back, then I've started this, and it was fun and so on, and I spent about two and a half hours per meeting studying, and doing the selections and all of that. And in all of that time, I said, listen, guys, I haven't got money. Can you just pay me a small amount? And at one time, a few people paid, but the most of the people on the group are growling and moaning when they have to pay a lousy amount of 300 Rand, which I asked at that time. But I mean, they had no problem putting on 1,000 or 2,000 Rand on a horse, but they're complaining about paying somebody 300 Rand that can give them valuable information. Now, I know for a fact, and I can put my money where my mouth is. I am the best. I am one of your better, I won't say the best, but I'm one of your better form analyzers in this country. I do not know of anybody in this industry that can find outsiders like I can do. I haven't seen them. I've proven myself. You know that I proved myself. So after the lockdown, I decided I have now involved in another business, and I'm not ashamed to say it. I'm involved in Crowd One, and I'm making a few randy, but I'm still building on the business. So I decided rather than spending time on outside of Genie, because there's nothing in it for me. I don't make anything out of it. Why will I spend 2.5 hours if I can spend 2.5 hours on my Crowd One business and make money out of that? And then I said, okay, I decided just before we started racing, I said, okay, let me tell the people, there's a saying in life that you can give a man a fish every day. But if you can learn him to fish, then he can catch a fish on his own every day. So I said, okay, let me teach you guys how to read the form in the computer form. I will have a Zoom meeting and I will then teach you what to look for and how to find outsiders. Man, was I crucified about that. I got messages in my private WhatsApps. I'm scamming you guys and I'm a scammer and I don't know what. And I wanted to charge 99 Rand to share with you information over 47 years of experience And people wasn't willing. I think it was 3 people that actually said they were willing to pay that. 3 people out of the whole group. And I also posted in another group where I'm also a member from, which I saw a lot of you guys are also a member of that group. I won't mention the names. So I just decided, well, then I'm not going to tip, because I also know some of you guys on this group, you pay other people for tipping. I know that. I'm not a fool. And the same goes for Alan. Alan puts in hours of things, from wizard raising. We don't get a cent from that. Nobody has ever came to one of us and said, listen, hey guys, I used your tipping and I made a lot of money. Yes, I'm spending money for you. Not once. Not once. I think, so at the end of the day, you guys want the winners, and I'm willing to give you the winners, and I've given you good winners in the past. Long shots, 21 shots. I remember just before the lockdown, there was this horse, Mighty High. She was 16-1. I gave it to you guys. I don't know if you punted it. She beat Mr. Flood. So at this stage, I have lost interest. I mean, I only looked at one card that was on Saturday. And the reason I looked at this card was that because we got an account with World Sports Betting. World Sports Betting gave us a voucher for 50 Rand. So I decided, okay. And that was the first time since lockdown that I've looked at a card. And I decided, okay, I'm going to just use this 50 Rand just to, draw around. So let me show you what I found on Saturday. And then just to prove to you that I don't just thumb suck my selections. So in the first race, we had this horse, which I found, and I had the whole of 10 Rand on this horse for a win. And the favorite was number 8. We just passed that. So I found this horse, Cloth of Ice. Okay, this is by Ice Cloud by Jetmaster. Now, this horse first time out was ridden by Kennedy, and we all know Paul Peter is not a fool. He's a good trainer. Okay, so this horse had a decent first run, 4 lengths behind, there and thereabouts, slowing to stride. It was going a little bit further, but the big thing when I checked the jockey changes, I saw that they had Matsuela on the jockey, as the jockey. Now, for you who don't know, and that's why you pay me, because I know that this guy used to be in academy for a while, a year or two, I'm not sure. He's a very good, competent rider. What happens? This horse was 10-1. I got 10-1. I put 10 Rand on. The horse went start to finish. Matsuela won with Cloth of Ice. Then in the second race, my fancy was again Paul Peter horse. Hang on, it wasn't the second. Yeah, this is the second race. Just hold on a second. I just want to get my bearings now. Yeah, I found this horse, War of Athena. This horse was 25-1. Okay. Now, if you have a look, this horse ran over 1,100 meters, 3.5 lengths behind Dubai Princess. Now, she had a pool of, I think it's 3 kilogram, 4 kilogram. Dubai Princess was carrying 60, so 3 kilograms. Okay. But now, if you look at this horse is one of those horses that improved. She also ran first time. Let me just get my glasses. I can't see there. From year to eternity. Okay. But if you have a look at this, it was both times was reasonably good times. Last time out was on a yielding. Okay. It is drawn 1. So I just had a feeling that this horse can improve. It was 25-1. I put on 5 Rand. Can you believe this? I put on 5 Rand on this horse at 22-1. But I mean, I was just joking around. So I had a few Rand from there. Then in the third race was won by can't remember one. Yeah, this first timer which I didn't back. I had a few rand on. I put a few rand on Elusive Women because of the -4. She showed a little of the face, but then she lost momentum or something. So there I didn't do anything. Okay, but you could have backed the first time and there was money around for it. Obviously in race 4, I went for race 4. I went for just see. I didn't went for Crank It Up. I went for another horse. Where is it now? I had a few rand on Secret Glider. That I had a few rand on, and yes, I went for Sunray because I was hoping that Hewitson would have a good day, because he said in an interview that he rode the mother and he thinks she had a good chance. So I went for Sunray. So there I missed the bus. Okay, but I mean, I'm talking, I was having 10 rand bets and also Supreme Elevation. But I think that at the end of the day, the draw got to her. So, and then obviously we had those, the 6 race. It's another maiden plate. Here I like this. I had a few rand on Welsing Ulf because of Hewitson again, and here the winner was, Lord Melbourne. I had a few rand on Take the World because I like Take the World because last time out it was fastest 400 to finish behind Nordic Queen. If you had a look at that, and hung out, and I thought that it will run a better race today, but unfortunately Lord Melbourne was too good on the day. I can't pick them all, eh? So then we move on with the favorite, and the favorites won the next few races. Bustler won this race, which was a good pick. I had a small bet on Blossom, and I also had because of Hewitson again, I had a few rand on Return Flight, and then also I had a few rand on Wisteria Walk. But I'm talking 5 and 10 rand. It's not like I backed him. So yeah, the era didn't do too well. And then we got to this race where Summer Pudding, I mean, well done. I mean, 6 races, 6 wins. This horse is an absolute champion. I had a few rand on 5 rand or 10 rand on Victoria Page and keep smiling because I wanted to, instead of when the favorite gets beaten. And, oh yes, and this is the one that I also had a few rand on. That ran second. Pomander, that ran second. I actually took an all to come Return Flight to win with places on Pomander and Queen Supreme. I should have maybe did it, but I like Pomander. That ran second. And then here in the next race, I took Exactas. I had a few rand on Queen Supreme just for the fun of it, but I took Exacta 1 and 2 with number 11 Queen Supreme, but I didn't box them. I took 1 and 2 with 11, and then I took 11 with 1 and 2. So I had it. I think I had it trifecta after Exacta like 10 times. It paid 14 rand or something like that. And then in the next race, this is where my big feet come. I never felt confident with any of these horses going to 2450. And I was proven right. So I was looking for something that I can choose that has the ability to upset the apple cart. And then I came upon this horse, Out of Your League by Elusive Fort. Okay. Now this horse run well over long distance. I think of all the horses, this horse was the only horse that actually has run the distance. I might be on a connection. I'm not going to tip that. But this horse run well over 2,400, 2,000, what was this? Behind the Bosbok, 2850, 2424. Last time out, it was running on 24.1 over the 2,000 meters in the Derby trial. and now it was back over 2450, and I just felt if there's an outsider in this race that might have a good chance, then this was the horse. So I had a whole of 10 rand on this horse, and the bookmaker that I think I got 55 to 1, but maybe I backed it too early because some people said the horse was 50 to 1, but that doesn't matter. I took 350. I got 350, 350 rand back on the horse. So, and then the 10th race, I didn't play anything. I was watching something else on TV, so I don't even know who won this race. I really don't. Oh, no, hang on. No, I did play this. I remember now. I had 10 rand on Jetstar. That's correct. I had 10 rand on Jetstar. Now I remember. Sorry about that, but I had 10 rand on Jetstar. So that was because the reason I liked her, because she won a few good races before. I think this is a filly with heart. I do like the Par Forks she's by Jet. The dam is by Jetmaster, and she has run and beaten some decent horses before. So that's why I had a few rand. I remember now. Okay, so but it's just a thing to show you how I do my analysis. So we come back to my tipping, and I don't know what you guys want to do. If you guys want to come to me and say, listen, we want to make a plan, because I say it again, I'm willing to tipping for persons. The persons will pay me, I'll study my form, and I have decided that I'll charge a guy 500 rand a month for my tipping. I think that's a fair price. And then I'm willing to put in the hours, and I can have it. But then again, I can't just do it if I get two guys. I'm not willing to study all the forms for two guys at 500 rand a month. So I'm going to need about 4 to 5 people, and then it will be worth my while. And then if you want to call me a scammer and this and that is fine. But I know what I can do for you guys, and I'm willing to put in the time. I'm willing to do the study. But unfortunately, I cannot do that for free anymore. So I am sorry for the guys who are now losing out on good tips. But you guys, you guys are punting. You have got money. You got money to punt, but you haven't got money to pay me for decent information. Because if you work on 50 rand and 500 rand a month, okay, that's not even 20 rand a day. And on days where there's 2 meetings, then I still don't charge you extra for that. So for less than 50 rand a day, I can give you information that you can make much more than 50 rand a day. And as I said, I was even willing to do those seminars on Zoom where if you pay me 99 rand and you do it yourself, and included in that 99 rand, I would have showed you how to do your selections, how to put them on paper, how to put them together, how to study the form. It would have been about plus minus about a 2-hour Zoom meeting. But unfortunately, as I said, I was shut down in flames. I'm a scamster and blah blah blah. And I don't know what else. And so I just decided that's it, no more. So guys, thank you, and I'm really sorry about this, but this is how it is. As I said, after the coronavirus, nothing is going to be the same, and that is just how it is at the moment. So if there are people who are willing to pay me, I can set up a separate group. You see, I can do the selections, but I need about 4 to 5 people at least to be willing to pay me the money. Otherwise, unfortunately, I cannot do that. So please PM me, and if you want to PM me in and scream at me, I'm a scamster, that's also fine. I can take it. Thank you for your time, and yeah, I hope that you have a good punting and that you guys can find the winners. Have a good day.